Amazon's been weird. It keeps saying game hasn't started yet. It has started. Never mind. I'll find somewhere else to watch it. Amazon's been weird. Anyway, who have we got? We've got Aeon M saying hey, looking forward to the stream. Me too. Hopefully, hopefully it's a better result than yesterday. Let's see how it goes. Matthew Cop 97X has heard the Salah news about the contract. Yeah, that's encouraging. I kind of always knew it would happen. But we seem to be getting towards the final stages now, so that's positive. Juve Pong has posted a lineup, so thank you for that. PSG got Donnarumma, Hakimi, Beraldo, Paco, Mendes, Neves, Vitinha, Ruiz, Doué, who looked really good against us. I'd never heard of Doué before, and then against us he looked amazing, and I thought, who's this guy? And Kvaratskhelia, who we all know. Subs of Tenas, Safanov, Barcola, Hernandez, Kimpembe, Lee, Mayulu, Mbaye, Ramos, and Zaire Emery. Whereas Villa, I've got Martinez, Matty Cash, Konza, Torres. Not this Torres, but another Torres. Pau Torres, I think. Dina, McGinn, Kamara, Tielemans, Ramsey. Rogers, Rashford. Subs of Olsen, Proctor, Mings, Disasi, Matson, Bogard, Onana, Barclay, Asensio, and Ali Watkins. Okay, interesting. Snus replying to Matthew Cop 97 saying, let's be real, every Liverpool fan knew they were extending Mo Salah and Van Dijk after the Trent news. Yeah, I think they just gave Trent's wages to these two guys. So Trent was on about 180 a week, so maybe they gave 90 to each, or maybe they just gave 50 to each and they kept the remainder. Who knows? Matthew Cop 97, true, haha, still happy though. Yeah. Snus says, I knew the moment he said no, he wanted Real Madrid. The money they were offering to him, yeah, exactly. The money they were offering to him was going to be split between Van Dijk and Salah, 100%. Now we just need to buy one left back, yeah. And we so desperately need a left back. Like, I cannot, and I'm sure everyone here cannot watch any more Robertson disaster classes. It's at least every 2 games, which is, I just can't anymore with that guy. One centre back, one midfielder, so a 10 or a 6. Okay, presumably because McAllister can play the 8, Jones can play the 8. So Bosley could kind of also play the 8. A left winger and 2 strikers. Yeah, I think along the right lines there. And if Trent goes, then a right back as well. Snus says be right back. Allison, Delap rumours today as well. I saw that about Liam Delap. Decent player. I'm not sure he'd be ready to go into our first team, but if he's available as a backup or as a rotation option, let's take advantage of that. I think he's got a £30 million release clause, which is nothing these days. So good as a backup option. I'm not convinced as a starting option. But yeah, if he's available, let's get him. Pixelated Suits in the house saying yes, lad. Joyce drinks for free in Liverpool tonight. Yeah, I think perhaps for the rest of the week after breaking that news. So yeah, super positive news, I think. Yeah, there'll be if anybody's driving past Paul Joyce, there'll be nobody will be throwing bottles at him like in that what was that game, Downhill Domination. So Joyce will be able to drive freely. He will not he will not get abused by any fellow people on the road. Although if Trent's on the road, then it's okay. So PSG are in blue, I think. Villa are in white. PSG attacking from right to left. PSG just building up slowly. Long shot by PSG, it goes over. I'm really hoping PSG win this. Because then we can say we went out to the winners, right? It makes it a bit less embarrassing. Just double checking something. Okay. Goal kick to PSG then. PSG go long. Boot the ball up the pitch. And the keeper kicks it straight out. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. PSG now slowly building up. Kvaratskhelia. I'm still a bit bummed that we didn't get Kvaratskhelia. Given that he was available and he didn't cost that much money, I really hoped that we'd be in for him. But I suspect that his wages were probably a bit too high for us. Dembele, he's another one. He's another one who's looked very good this season. Ball goes back to Vitinha. Goes to Ruiz. Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes looked amazing versus Liverpool. Barely gave Snaffer. Barely gave Salah a sniff. Ooh, long shot by Vitinha, I think, but saved by Martinez. Pixelated Suits asks, "Did you say your score prediction yet?" No, that's a good that's a good question. It can't be any worse than my prediction yesterday. I'm probably gonna go for a 2-0, probably a 2-0 for PSG. But what do you guys think? I think 2-0's a pretty safe bet, I think. Pixelated Suits says, "I'm thinking PSG take it too." Yeah, I mean they've got a better team. They're at home. They've got experience of this competition. So yeah, it should be a fairly routine win for PSG. I think the second leg will be more interesting when PSG have to go to Villa Park. But yeah. Goku 310 says 3-0 PSG. Yeah, I can see. I stuffed like a lot of food before I came, and it's still kind of stuck in my throat. 3-0 PSG. Yeah, that can happen. Pixelated Suits asks, "Do you live near Liverpool? Are you able to get out to games?" I did go to a game 2 or 3 weeks ago. it wasn't like a Premier League. It was the Legends game. It was Liverpool Legends versus Chelsea Legends. Um, so Gerrard was captaining. It was that game where Crouch scored 2 goals. So yeah, I went to that. I managed to get good seats for that. Trying really hard to get like Anfield tickets for uh, like a Premier League game, but it's proving quite difficult. um, but I think it's one of those things. I might just have to go hospitality and pay the extra. So the Legends ticket was only like 25-30 pounds, but yeah, I might have to just try hospitality one time. That's class. I met Valderrama and Higuita at a Legends match. Oh, nice. Yeah, you always it's always good to kind of run into these kind of legends, and they're always kind of so happy to see everyone, which makes it a bit better. 25 pounds to see Stevie G. That's great. Yeah, and like his passing was still immaculate. His tackling was still pretty good. Obviously, they're not as quick as they once were, but you can still see the skill. Like he did some kind of really good long passes, like across the pitch, pretty amazing. Who else was there? Dirk Kuyt was playing. Peter Crouch was playing. Jibril Cisse. Dudek made one save and then went off injured. He went off injured like this after like one save, and then he was like this, and then Sander Westerveld came on. On the Chelsea side, you had Makaleli was there. Probably loads of others that I'm forgetting, but Sami Hyypiä was around. Yeah, it was pretty good. Mate, same thing happened with Higuita. Oh yeah, the guy that kind of scorpion kick from like behind his head kind of thing. Yeah, he's got one of the kind of most memorable highlights of any goalkeeper really. It's iconic, the scorpion kick. He's actually a current goalkeeper coach for the club I support and that he played in. Nice. Hopefully he teaches the scorpion kick because it was pretty amazing seeing that. PSG just dancing in Villa's box. I'm waiting for them to pull the trigger. Goes just hit over there by Nuno Mendes. Yeah, PSG have been on top for the start of the game, but there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. Goal kick to Villa. Martinez boots it up the field. But the ball rolls right back to Donnarumma. PSG to Kvaratskhelia. Ooh, Villa on the attack now. With Morgan Rogers, but he's not quite quick enough. Kvaratskhelia defending. That's another thing we could have used, but I'll stop going on about it. Goku310 says PSG are so good now, man. Definitely not shameful to have beaten by them. To have been beaten by them. No, you're right. It's quite funny. Like once they lost their stars, you could say. So once they kind of lost the Messis, lost the Mbappes, lost the Neymars, then suddenly they look like a better team. It's funny how those things work out sometimes. Yeah, a lot more energy in this PSG team. As soon as Villa get the ball, PSG just get the ball back immediately. Kvaratskhelia cutting inside, but poor pass. Poor pass. Foul, free kick to Villa. Foul by João Neves, roughly around the halfway line. Foul on John McGinn. Yeah, it does. It does feel weird not having Liverpool in this competition. So, but it is. It is what it is. Yuri Tillemans is taking this free kick now. Goku says, in an alternate universe where we signed Kawara, our attack would be unstoppable. Yeah, it would be pretty much unstoppable. I think with Salah on the right, Kawara on the left. Not sure who we'd have in the middle in this situation. If it would be Jota or perhaps Diaz or perhaps Nunes, but pretty close to unstoppable. Pixelated Suit says, next time you're around, remind me to pull the Liverpool kit I have on stream. I got it for like $20. It's the Paisley anniversary one. Oh, nice. I'll send you a reminder. Next time you're biking down a hill in Japan, or is it Scotland? Are you based like more around the US side then? Oh wow. Pixelated Suit says, yes, I live right outside New York City. I actually went to New York last month for the first time in my life. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I was there for over a week. Yeah, it was great. I really liked it. Did all the kind of touristy things. I also did a day trip to Philadelphia. That was quite nice. I went on the Amtrak train to Philadelphia. But yeah, New York was great. Pizza was amazing. Honestly, the best pizza I've ever had in my life. Um, it was so good. I think I was having pizza every day. Did you try bagel? I've never had bagel in my life. Like I've actually never had a bagel in my life, even in the UK. It's one of those things I need to try. I've actually never had a bagel, um, but yeah, I do need to try it. I do want to go to the US again because I did have a really good time. It's the go-to breakfast here. Oh, nice. I was having pizza for breakfast. Was it your first time in the States too? Yeah, my first time. And it was the first time I've been out of Europe for like 30 years. I was a bit nervous about going, but it was perfectly fine. I was staying in and sometimes I feel like when I'm going on a trip, I can think about it too much and then kind of panic about all the details. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna find a hotel. If it's at least 7 stars, that's good enough. And then I found like the Holiday Inn in Times Square, and I was like, you know what? That's 7 stars, and it was like £100 a night, which is pretty cheap. And I was like, well, it's 7 stars and it's Holiday Inn, it's reputable. So I stayed there and it was great. I was on like the 22nd floor. Um, what is weird is the noise that like your ambulances and your like police cars make. It's like it took me like 3 days to figure out what is that. what is? I'm like, what's going on? And then like we have like the horn over here, and I was like, what is that thing? Like, what am I hearing? And then I figured out, okay, that's the ambulance. But yeah, no, it was really nice. Really enjoyed it. Uh, Dean Smith on YouTube says, "Have you got a number on the back of the Liverpool shirt that you are wearing?" I do. This is a new one that I got, Dean, which is why I haven't showed it to you before. You might not like who's on the back, but I had to, right? This is the iconic Torres kit. Even though he left us, I had no choice. I was torn between Torres and Gerrard for this one, but I figured Gerrard's got like loads of, you know, iconic kit, so I'll get Torres for this one. Pixelated Suit says, "Oh yeah, they're so different." Yeah, the whole still haven't got that out my ears quite yet. El Nino, indeed. Just a shot by Hakimi there. But he kicks it straight at Martinez. Villa with a bit of possession now. Villa playing a bit cautiously. I don't know if this occasion is getting the better of them, but let's wait and see. They haven't really done much in the first 20 minutes odd. Goku 310 says a Barcelona versus PSG final would be awesome. It would partly be awesome because there'd be no English team, so we wouldn't have that concern about an Arsenal winning it. And it would also be really good just to see them purely from a footballing perspective, in the sense that they're two of the best teams that we've had this year. So in some sense, it feels like the rightful final. Free kick now though, PSG in a dangerous looking position. It's kind of on the far left hand side, but it looks like a cross is going to come in. Cross comes in, cleared by Villa. Throw into PSG. Who's the number 14? Oh, that's Doué. Nuno Mendes. Vitinha to João Neves. To Dembele. Back to Vitinha. PSG slowly making their way up. Like they're passing it left and right, but in passing it left and right, they're slowly advancing. But the downside to that's what's happening right now. So Villa are about to counter by the looks of it. Goku says, "Man, Vitinha is exactly the player we need. Sabaslai is great, but he just runs around like a headless chicken. Needs someone with composure, smart passing, awareness, and a bit like Thiago without the injuries." Wow, I think he would certainly add something to this team. It's crazy that he was just sitting on the bench at Wolves, and now he's come out as this amazing player who just takes a shot and he almost scores. So that was almost fantastic timing, but yes, I think somebody like that, if they were available for the right price, they'd certainly add a lot to the team. I'm super excited for this transfer window this summer, because I think we'll see significant change. A lot more than last summer, obviously, but probably also a lot more than next summer. Ramsey's just down on the floor, but I'm sure he's not quite as hurt as he pretends. Pixelated Suit says this summer is going to be fun. It definitely will be. I think we'll see quite a few players leaving and quite a few coming in. I'm kind of most curious regarding what they do about the left back situation. Kirkez is the one that's rumored, and Kirkez would make a lot of sense, but quite often we don't go for the most obvious player. So it'll be interesting to see like which players they bring in that were on nobody's radar, if that makes sense. Like Robertson back in the day, nobody knew about him. They signed him. So yeah, that's stuff like that's more exciting. I don't think we'll get Isak. I don't think we'll get the obvious player. Partly because it's too expensive, but partly also because it's too obvious. I think they'll be a bit more intelligent than that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Aeon M, the way PSG playing is what I expect from Liverpool. Haven't played like this since the new year. Yeah, we do seem a lot lower on energy at the moment. I don't know if it's a physical thing or I don't know if it's a mental thing. In a sense, we're a bit lucky that's happening now, that we have such a significant lead. But if this was to happen again next season, I'd be a bit concerned. But yeah, PSG are playing with a purpose. I feel like, especially recently, we've been playing like, perhaps arrogance is the wrong word, but we're playing a bit like we feel like we've already won it, and therefore we don't need to try as hard. It just kind of feels a bit like that. Pixelated Suit says, Liverpool need me. I'll get y'all cheap Colombians. Yeah, we can hire Pixelated Suits as our chief scout of South America. You can pick out all the cheap Colombian players, and then yeah, we should be good. Then I don't want to hear Liverpool have budget concerns, because he's mentioned cheap Colombians, so we're looking at the good deals here. Barcelona up. Wow. Who scored for Barcelona? Of course, I always pick the game that stays at 0-0. Rafinha free kick apparently for Barcelona. Uruguay too has gems. Yeah, I think there's lots of kind of gems in kind of the South American teams. Um, Quite often they not quite often, but sometimes they seem to go to European teams first, and then they get another move, and then their price is a lot higher. Um, but I'd like Liverpool to kind of tap directly into that market, perhaps by hiring you as a scout, and then getting kind of getting a better deal that way. Kubasi, yeah, another one. Rafinha tapped it in. No. Yeah, Rafinha's another one. He's another one that people are saying might win the Ballon d'Or this year. I'd still give it to Salah, but Ballon d'Or seems to be kind of dominated by whoever wins the Champions League. So I think if Barcelona win the Champions League, he might have a chance. I went to see Uruguay versus Bolivia for Copa America this summer. It was so fun. Oh, nice. What country was that in? Um, that particular Copa America game. It's always a lot of fun to kind of watch football in a stadium. Um, the stadium itself is huge, but you still feel like you get a good view, as weird as that is. The only downside is you don't get replays. um, but yeah, it's always a good atmosphere. Ah, the MetLife Stadium in the US, nice. Cleared by Villa. Villa have got every man behind the ball. PSG are kind of trying to break down their wall, if that makes sense. Villa have got 5 in defence, 4 in midfield, and Rashford just up top. So that they are defending with a 5-4-1, presumably trying to get Rashford on the break via a counter. Oh, now they're countering. And it is Rashford countering. Ah, PSG. PSG have made their way back, and that's the end of that counter. Yeah, Villa are trying their best to attack, but kind of with just one player up top. They're limited. They're limited with respect to what they can do. PSG attacking again. Yeah, it's pretty much entirely PSG this game at the moment. They're just trying really hard to break that low block. It's PSG again, slowly building the ball up, slowly passing it kind of between their midfielders. But the problem is they've got to pass the ball through a 5-4-1. So just Rashford up top by his own. Behind him, there's 4 midfielders, and behind him, there's 5 defenders. and those 5 defenders are all situated on the edge of the box on that line there. So it's gonna be tough. Emery is definitely playing for a kind of smash and grab type of thing. Throw into Villa now though. Maybe they can do something with that. Goku says, yeah, Villa not touched the ball for half an hour. So a guaranteed dodgy goal, 1-0 win for them. It could happen. You like we've seen this happen before. And this has happened to Liverpool like quite a few times as well, where we've been trying to break down a low block. We've been trying to break down a low block. We've been trying to break down a low block, and we can't. And then the other team just boots the ball upfield, counters, does a counter attack, and steals a goal. So that has happened before. Vitinha again. Vitinha is pulling the strings in this game. Yeah, that's the trouble, because even when Villa try to do a counter attack with their one player, PSG have just got kind of too much energy. So it kind of just goes to nothing. Villa trying again now. Matty Cash versus Fabian, I think that is. Villa with the long ball to no one, so Nuno Mendes just comes and picks it straight up. CB3473 is in the chat, says, hey, hope you're good. Yeah, I'm doing good, not too bad. How are you? Hope you're well. Oh, Villa have just scored. And I don't know if Pixelated Suits is ahead of me or is psychic. but I'm pretty sure they just scored off a counter attack. I need to see that again. Those Villa counter attacks are crazy, and they score off. So Nuno Mendes, who did get the ball, was pressed. Crossfield ball and then tapped in by Morgan Rogers, who some people want Liverpool to play. You were just talking about them, yeah, literally. I think we were literally saying that this would happen. So it's just kind of funny to say. This entire game has been entirely PSG. I'm trying to scroll up and see if I can find the message, or if it was something. Oh yeah, Goku 310 said it there. Villa not touched the ball for half an hour, so guaranteed a dodgy 1-0 goal. Yeah, crazy. I mean, Aston Villa, I've just been defending very, 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 very deep. And they're back in their 5-4-1 shape again. It's a tactic. Hey ho. It is a tactic. Very deep low block, and then a quick counter attack goal. PSG got to try all that again now, whilst being 1-0 down. So good luck with that, Paris. Ooh, PSG now making space in the box, but even when they take a shot, there's just so many Villa defenders in the box that it just clatters off the defender and then goes back out. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Nuno Mendes hasn't been having as good a game so far as he had against us. I thought he was immaculate against Salah, but this game's been tougher for him. But there's still a long way to go. Villa again making space, but poor cross by Matty Cash. He got into the right position. He was on the right side of the box. Put a cross in, but kicked it out. So his cross went to the crowd instead of across the box. I think that's what they call a miss kick. Vitinha now trying to make something happen again. They do seem very dependent on Vitinha. Dembele now on the right hand side. Ooh, dancing Dembele. Ooh, did it go in? I don't think that went in. Was that Doué who took that shot? It was a low shot to Martinez. He saved it, but it kind of went out his hands and kind of rolled backwards. But I think he managed to keep it out. Pixelated Suit says that was so goofy. Lol. I wish it slipped in. It looks like it might just have slipped in now. So this time you predicted the future. You know how I predicted the future for the last goal? I think you've predicted the future for this goal. I think that was a long shot by Doué. So from the resulting corner, PSG get the ball out wide to Doué. Ooh, nice goal. Like, Doué had the ball out very wide, kind of just cuts inside. Poor defending by Morgan Rogers. Doué cuts inside, does a high shot, which kind of sneaks in from under their bar. Yeah, Doué's another one we were talking about at the start, kind of before the game started, to say he was a danger. He was a danger against Liverpool and he scored an amazing goal here. Goku says, slick goal by Villa, dug in and defended well, then passed and moved with pace to score. They've got a proper manager. They have. Tactically, he's very good. I know he didn't have the best time at Arsenal, but I think since then he's gone on to prove himself. But yeah, PSG have equalised now. But I think we've got a game on. Poor defending by Morgan Rogers, if I'm honest. I do think Rogers is a good player. But he should have kind of closed Doué down a bit better there. Pixelated Suits says you had just highlighted Doué too, lol. Mate, go out to shop and get a lottery ticket at half time. I think I might need to. We do have lottery on Wednesdays in England, so maybe it's my lucky day. Rashford dribbling. Ooh, Rashford, good skill by Rashford. Dribbling at the right back, but his cross was intercepted. Free kick, PSG. They're just replaying the goofy moment from earlier where the ball kind of slipped out of Martinez's hands. So according to the kind of VAR replay thing, it didn't cross the line. So it is what it is. Kvaratskhelia, back to Mendes, back to Vitinha, back to Hakimi. Ooh, great skill by Dembele. Dembele passes it back. Doué again. Doué in a good position to Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia takes a shot, but it hits one of the Villa defenders and goes out for a corner. I need to change the damn score. I've missed 2 goals. PSG 1, Villa 1. There we go. Yeah, PSG have definitely been on top here, but Villa's goal was a result of the tactics that their manager has employed, so that's what he's there for. What is this Doué guy's nationality? Is he French? He is French. Desiree Doué. He's only 19. Wow. He's one to watch for definite, Doué. Okay, so he's new to PSG. It says on the 17th of August 2024, so less than a year ago, basically at the start of the season, PSG bought him for 50 million euros. Pretty significant amount of money, that. About 45 million pounds. Vitinha. I'm curious, how much did they buy Vitinha for? €41.5 million, so about 37 million-ish. Vitinha on the ball again. He's the one trying to make things happen here. Oh, nice skill there by Ruiz. By Doué, sorry, not Ruiz. Villa countering though, playing their counter-attack ball, that's why they're here. Villa might as well commit a few players forward now, because there's only about 1 minute left. What's the worst that could happen in 1 minute? Yeah, Villa with significantly more players up the pitch at the moment. Now PSG have all their players behind the ball. So the manager's probably urging them onwards to do something. But I think that's going to be it for this half. And it is 1-1. 1-1. Fairly even-ish game from a score perspective. From a visual perspective, PSG have been on top, but it's the score that matters. Oh, so apparently Liverpool are in pole position to sign Isak if Newcastle don't qualify for the Champions League. Interesting. I mean, being in pole position is one thing, and being willing to meet the fee that the pole position demands is another thing. Milos Kerkez has agreed personal terms with Liverpool. Again, this is just off Twitter, so I don't know if this is real. FSG to offer a final contract to Trent, which would be around 300 grand a week, with a £5 million signing on fee. He's not worth that in the slightest, if I'm honest. But let's see what happens with that. Snus is back. Hello, Snus. Hope you're doing good. Watched Barcelona versus Dortmund first half. How was that game going? Was it good? I think it was 1-0. I think Pixelated Suits mentioned when Barcelona scored. Pizza has been the topic of the stream today. So Snus said made pizza and ate whilst watching. Previously, myself and Pixelated Suits, we were talking about New York. So he lives near New York, and I went to New York last month, and he was saying, "What did you like about New York?" And I said, "The pizza. Pizza was amazing." I'm like, I came back like about a month ago, and I'm craving it again. So yeah, I might have to order pizza tomorrow at this rate. Yeah, Pau Kubasi should have gotten the goal. Oh, okay. Rafinha stole Kubasi's goal, tap-in merchant. What happened with that? Because Pixelated Suits mentioned it was a tap-in, but like on my feed thing, it said it was a Rafinha free kick. Did Kubasi take the free kick and then Rafinha tapped it in? Is that what happened? Pixelated Tooth says, "Hey Snus." So as you can see here, pizza is the topic of today. After talking about New York pizza, we're now talking about Norwegian pizza. And at this rate, we'll be talking about English pizza soon, because I'm starving from all this pizza talk. It was a cross from a guy into the back post header to Kubasi, which got a foot on the ball. It went to the other front post. Rafinha run slided the ball in. Okay. Pretty jammy thing to do by the sounds of it. Hello Pixel. Tap in merchant. Yeah. 100%. Like if you Google Trent Alexander-Arnold, there's like two things that come up. The first one says Trent is closing in on a move to Madrid, and the second one says he's been offered 300 grand a week, £5 million signing on fee. Who knows what's happening with this? The Dortmund fans are crazy in Spain. Yeah, I've heard. Pretty passionate, should we say? How was the Villa PSG game? I looked at the results. It was okay. It was Villa defending very deep. So Villa defending in a 5-4-1 with Rashford on top, and PSG trying to break the low block. A lot with Vitinha on the ball a lot. So PSG constantly hammering Villa's low block, Villa defending. And then towards the end of the first half, what's his name? Nuno Mendes was dwelling on the ball. Villa stole the ball. Villa scored. And then 5 minutes later, Doué scored an equaliser. Really good long shot. Skipped past Morgan Rogers, top corner. Bounced off the top of the crossbar and went in. So yeah, decent game. I'd like to see a bit more from Villa. They're defending very deep, doing the whole counter-attack thing. So I'd like to see a bit more from them, but it is what it is. I hope Dortmund win. F Barcelona. You'll never walk alone, Dortmund, since they stole our "You Never Walk Alone" song. Yeah. Emre Can saved Dortmund like 2 times. 2 big chances he stepped in. Wow. I forgot about him. I always forget that he exists. I remember he left us on a free transfer, and I remember thinking, oh, never mind. We're getting Naby Keita anyway. We'll be okay. We don't need Emre Can. And then we saw how that worked out. I'll never forget that Liverpool versus Dortmund game in like 2006. The insane comeback. Yeah, was that 4-3 that one? That was like Klopp's first like significant comeback, I think. Yeah, I think that's the one where you had Milner, and then Milner crossed it, and then Lovren got the header, and then Lovren did that thing. I think if I remember that correctly. But yeah, that was the first big Klopp comeback. Yeah. First comeback into the 4-3 at Anfield against Barcelona. Yeah, that was another very good comeback. Hopefully we see a 4-3 for Real Madrid. I'd really not like Arsenal to go through. So 4-3s have happened in the Champions League before, so maybe they'll happen again. Honestly, I hate Real Madrid. I don't mind if Arsenal wins. They won't win the Champions League anyway. Yeah, you might have a point there. The only downside is then the Arsenal fans will always say, we knocked out Madrid when you never could. So yeah. I'm more familiar with the devil I do know, which is Real Madrid, than the devil I don't, which is even cockier Arsenal fans. Aston Villa, Newcastle and Wolves are all interested in Jota. Liverpool will demand a fee of up to £50 million. Wild. Kirk's liking all the Salah posts. So Kirk seems to be making that a bit obvious. There's a video of Luis Diaz teaching Harvey Elliott how to dance salsa. Luis Diaz is doing it properly, but Harvey Elliott just doesn't seem to have the flexibility to do it. Goku says this will be Salah and Virgil's last deals at Liverpool. Yeah, I've heard the 2-year deal, so Virgil will be like 35 then. Salah would be 35, 34. Also, wouldn't be surprised if they left before the 2 years are up and it's there to ensure Liverpool get a fee. I mean, if they do that as well, just build the statues right now. I mean, you would have gotten how many years? About 10 years worth of service from them. 10 years worth of service from them, and if they've also signed a longer contract so that Liverpool get a fee, what more could you honestly ask? Cunha and Mark Gahey wants Liverpool too. Yeah, I've seen those links. Cunha would come in to be a starting striker, and I'd be quite excited about that. I was watching a Cunha compilation yesterday. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, he's played very well for Wolves. There's also some links to Liam Delap. I'd be happy with Liam Delap, but as a backup option. I don't think he's quite ready to be a starter yet. But I've heard Ipswich likely will get relegated, and if they do, Delap will have a £30 million release clause. So for 30 million, bring him in as a backup. He's English, so he counts towards the quota. I think that's a good choice. Like there's rumors that Chelsea and Man United want Delap, but I'm thinking, why would you go there? They're going to absolutely ruin your career. Man United have ruined every career the last 10 years. And Chelsea, like, you have to bang at Chelsea, and if you don't, they'll get rid of you within 5 minutes. So personally, I'd rather go to Liverpool. Kirkes is 100% coming to us. Yeah, it pretty much looks like that now. He's it's been rumoured for a while, and kind of being at Bournemouth. So Richard Hughes used to be at Bournemouth. Now he's our sporting director. Additionally, today Kirkes seems to be liking all the Liverpool posts. So he's trying to. There must be something in that. He's not liking, I don't know, Arsenal posts. Snus agrees with Goku, where Goku was talking about Salah and Virgil's last deals, and he wouldn't be surprised if they leave before that to get the club a fee. Not next summer, but the one in 26-27. Yep. I agree with you there. I take Delap, but only for the second option. Yeah, it'd be very, very good second option. We could do a lot worse. As I was saying, he's cheap, 30 million. He's English. He's a bit different to what we already have. So yeah, if he would come in as a backup, I think that'd be good for him, and it would be good for us. Cunha, I would take for left wing with Gakpo. Yeah, Cunha's pretty versatile. But if you're taking Cunha for the left wing, would you play somebody different centrally? Cunha can play quite a few positions. He can play left wing. He can play centrally. He can play. He can play number 10 if he really had to. So yeah, if you're playing Cunha left wing, is there another striker that you'd have in mind for the central position? Cunha don't want United because Cunha got brains. He would only go to United if we don't want him. Yeah. I think based on how things are right now, if we want a player, then they're more likely to come to us. The only downside, the only situation where that perhaps doesn't happen is if United offer like ridiculous wages and we don't. I don't want Cunha up top. Cunha 10 and left wing. I would want him to challenge for left wing with Gakpo. Fair. He certainly could do that. And we can go in for Aston. 50 million would only take 200k wages. Yeah, he'd be a good option, good finisher. It's a shame we didn't get Kvaratskhelia, because then we could have reunited Kvaratskhelia and Aston, but he's a choice. Aston, Cunha and Delap, aka our OCD attack. I don't know if we're allowed to call it the OCD attack, but I'm sure somebody would. But yeah, it just fits perfectly. Second half starting now. Hopefully Villa are a bit more attacking. I doubt it. I don't think they will be, but we'll keep our eye on it. And we're looking at a midfielder at Freiburg and also a right back at Freiburg. Okay, I've not heard of this. Do you know who these players are? Are they any good? To be fair, I quite like it when we get the unknown players. So if these are like unknown players who are coming very high on the metrics, then that's positive right there. Sedila or whatever the right back is. Okay. I might have to look into that then. Kylian Sildila. I'll just put that in the chat there. And roll. Two 2-0 Lewandowski. Wow. So I think Barcelona are pretty much going through. Dortmund are not having the best of seasons. I think I checked yesterday. They're eighth in the Bundesliga. So yeah, I think I don't necessarily see Dortmund coming back from this. I just found some information on what Snus was talking about earlier. Liverpool have made contact with the agents of Kylian, not Mbappe, but Kylian Sildilia, over a potential move to Anfield with the Freiburg defender, who could be available for just 12 million. So if you say that, we're in. FSG love hearing that. What? Just 12 million? Just 12 million? Okay, we're in. Featuring highly on a list of right back targets for FSG. I mean, if he's coming up good on the metrics, would that mean though that Conor Bradley's first choice, or is Sildila first choice? And that's another one I just found. Liverpool have Merlin Roll of FC Freiburg on the list. 12 million for the right back and a midfielder for 21 million. Two players for 33 million. That's FSG language. They will absolutely love that. PSG just attacking again, but Villa have got about 6 players in the box. It's cheap option. That is the Liverpool way. Rafinha assists, or goal and assist for Rafinha. Pixelated Suits asks, did Lever celebrate? Oh, of course, I forgot that Dortmund. He used to play for Dortmund back in the day. Yeah, forgot about that. I'd also be interested to know if Lewandowski celebrated. Edwards and his peeps scouting, so I trust them. Yeah. I think the last time Edwards and Co were in charge was when we got kind of the Fabinhos of this world. So we got like Sadio Mane, Fabinho. Then they started losing their power, and that's when we started getting kind of Darwin Núñez and so forth. So yeah, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt as well, I think. PSG, Kvaratskhelia, really good. Oh my god, that's a nice goal. That was a nice goal by Kvaratskhelia. He faked the shot, and then he instead of shooting, he faked it onto like his left foot, which then left the defender for dead, and then he smacked it into the roof of the net. Not even the corner, like he smacked it into the roof. I'm excited to see the replay for this one, because that was PSG win the ball kind of high up the pitch. Kvaratskhelia runs from the halfway line. Yeah. Amazing goal. Fakes the shot, and I think he leaves Disasi maybe for dead there. Yeah. Fakes the shot, leaves Disasi for dead, and then dribbles a bit further, smacks it with his left foot. Amazing goal. Snus says, I don't know, don't watch them anymore, just the results. Fair enough. I might have to check the replays of the goals afterwards. Of course, we have a few fails. That's a good point. Like Naby Keita because of injury and stuff. Yeah, I'm willing to give them a bit of a pass for Naby Keita, because he did look amazing. God, who did he used to play with? Leipzig. He did look amazing for Leipzig, and then I don't know if the football we played was a bit too intense, but it is what it is. Ox was amazing till he got injured. He was, and I remember being a bit disappointed that we paid £35 million for a player that we could have got for free if we waited a year. But then yeah, he was really good. That goal against City in the Champions League, amazing. Good performance against Roma in the Champions League. In that like 2017 season, he looked amazing. In that New Balance kit with the white kind of V-neck. Yeah, he was very good. He was like a genuine attacking midfielder. And back then we only really had Milner, who wasn't really attacking, Wijnaldum, Henderson. Those guys were not really attacking, so he offered something different. Pixelated Suit says beauty, yeah, amazing goal. The way he left Disasi for dead. And they're in here again, but it's cleared out. Sunus says disaster class. Does it again? Disaster class. I don't think I've heard that before, but that's quite funny. I'm gonna start saying that as well. Disaster class. Yeah, he came on for Matty Cash. Matty Cash did play quite well in the first half, but 2-1 to PSG. Villa still defending very deep, so Villa are still insisting this is the way they're going to win this game. Dembele versus disaster class now, but Dembele trying to find his way through. Good tackle by disaster class. Kvaratskhelia is just terrorizing on that side. Snus says, I think we can get all the players we want. Kirke's around 40 to 45 million. Freiberg, Wright, back and midfielder 33. So with an upper estimate, we're on 78 million so far. Osman 50, that's 128 million. Cunha 50 to 60, we'll take the upper, 188. And a centre back, probably 30, 40. That'd be like 240, 240-ish. Yeah, I think it's possible. Because like we were saying kind of at the start, this will be a big summer. I do think we'll raise significant funding through sales, because it's clear that Slot has assessed the squad now, and it's clear what players he does like and what players he doesn't like. So the players he doesn't like, even people like Tyler Morton and so forth, I can tell he doesn't like Tyler Morton, because Tyler Morton is always on the bench and Tyler Morton never comes on. But I still think we can get like 20, 25 million for Tyler Morton. Young player. Like these clubs like your Bournemouths and so forth, like they'll pay. That doesn't seem too unrealistic. What Snus has put in the chat. 208 and a centre back, maybe 2 times centre back, yeah. Maybe one cheaper option and one kind of normal priced option. That doesn't seem too unreasonable. They're all sensible signings as well. It's not like an Isak could be like 140 or whoever else. Kirkes is a release clause, I believe. Cunha is a release clause, I believe. Osman's a release clause. Delap's a release clause. The Freiburg guys, I think they also might be. So no excuses this time. For the last 3 windows, we've only bought Chiesa. So in January, we bought nobody. Summer, we bought Chiesa. And again, I don't think we were ever really in for Chiesa. He just became available. Shot by Kvaratskhelia. Blocked. These are the outgoings in my eyes. Nunes, Jota, Diaz, Simicas. I want Robbo out, not happening. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Either one of Gomez, Kwanzaa, Kelleher, Tyler Morton, Ben Doak. Yeah, would raise a significant amount of money selling those guys. So whatever we make out of them, we'll cover the sales. Update the scoreboard. Good. Good thinking. For just to be fully transparent, so the scoreboard said 0-0 for ages, and then when PSG scored, then it said 1-1. So it never ever had Villa up ahead. But it's updated now. We got 2-1. There needs to be a way to automatically update. There must be a way. I'm going to look into it. Ollie Watkins lining up. Asensio's coming on. Clearly it's 2018 again. I want either one of Isak, Julian Alvarez or Osimhen. We will see what happens. Yeah, I think of those, perhaps Osimhen is the most likely, purely because he's the cheapest. Isak is gonna... For Isak, I've heard anything from 100 million to 120 to 150. Julian Alvarez would be a good shout, but I think he just went for 80 million, 85 million like this season. So Madrid will probably ask even more. PSG countering here. Ooh, good shot. Saved by Martinez though. Or Osterman, yeah, we will see. We'll see what happened. Yeah, he just arrived to Atletico, so he won't leave. Yeah, not unless it's for crazy money. And unfortunately, we don't pay crazy money. My match has just frozen, so I'm just loading another one up. But we are back now. Nuno Mendes asking for a corner, I think. They're just showing a replay. Oh, no, Nuno Mendes is asking for a penalty. The defender was sliding along the floor and the ball hit their hand. I mean, what's the defender supposed to do there? I think I heard Frankfurt want 80 million for Hugo Ekitike, so I'd rather not spend that on him. Yeah, he looks okay. He still looks very raw and very young. I'm not sure he's the answer for us. He reminds me a bit of Nunes a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, 80 million. 80 million is too much. That's double. That's double what I'd probably pay if he was to come in for like 40 million. 40 million, then something like that's a bit more sensible. But 80 million is ridiculous money for an unproven striker. Exactly. In that case, you might as well go for Isak. Yeah, you might as well just pay an extra 20% on top, maybe a bit more, an extra 20-30% on top, and get somebody who you know is gonna bang for you. Yeah, or an extra 50%. 80 for Ekitike. I'd rather spend that money on a real striker. Yeah. 80 million is too much. This market is getting ridiculous. Like, I think if he was around the 40 mark, maybe a bit more than that, 45, then it might be worth exploring that, but it's too much, I think. Extra 40 for Isaac, yeah. I mean, if you're paying 80, you might as well just pay the extra 40. Yeah. I'd rather go for somebody cheaper, I think. The fact Osman is 50 makes me want to just go for him and get Delap for 30. I mean, putting it that way, that seems quite sensible. You've sorted out your attack for 80 million. So you've sorted out your attack for less than what Alvarez went for last year. On the face of it, it looks quite sensible. I just wonder what's Osman's age. I'm just gonna Google it. Victor Osimhen, Nigerian football. Oh, he's 26. He's only 26. I thought he was a lot older than that. And he's only turned 26 in December. I thought he was a lot older, but yeah, okay. Starting to see the logic. Good finisher. He's done it at a high level as well. League winner. That's the same price for them. Of course, okay, yeah. Same price for them as it is for Hugo Ekitike. So yeah, they want 80 million for one, but we could spend 80 million on two. Seems a lot more sensible. And there's real quality there. Like, of course, you could spend 20 million on two, but they're not going to be really good. But genuine quality there, and Jota and Nunes are both on 150k plus a week. Aston would want 200 to 250, which I think, I mean, that's the going rate. That's the going rate these days. And like Isaac would want probably something similar. I think Gravenberch is on like 150. Chiesa is on like 150. So, you know, this much for your starting striker, it's the going rate. Supply and demand. I mean, if we can get him somewhere in that range, like 220, 230, that would be good. I think he'd be happy with that, and we'd be happy with that as well. Here's another top player, Doué. Villa defending very deep. I know I keep saying that, but that's literally the story of this game. Villa defending very deep. Villa defending in a 5-4-1, whilst PSG try their hardest. Disaster Clash just got the ball, to be fair, of Doué. But then PSG just win it straight back. Robert Lewandowski 3-0. He's having a great time against his former club, isn't he? Lewandowski. Free kick right in the middle of the park. Robert Lewandowski got 27 GA in La Liga and 9 goals in the UCL, 3 in Copa del Rey, 39, 39 GA this year so far. And how old is he, Lewandowski? He's like 400 years old, isn't he? 36. Yeah. Amazing. He's definitely keeping in good physical condition if he's still doing that. 3 in Copa del Rey. 39 GA this year so far. Yeah, amazing. Goku says Milos Kerkez likes the announcement of Mohamed Salah staying at Liverpool. Yeah, because he wants to play with Salah next season, I presume. 36 or 37 for Lewandowski. Yeah, 36 I think. Yeah, says of course he does. Yeah, he wants to be playing crossfield balls next season across the pitch to Salah. Dembele, edge of the box, running at the full back. Nice pass to Kvaratskhelia. Plays it back to Hakimi. Vitinha. Doué again. Poor pass by Doué. But he's allowed a poor pass after the amazing goal that he scored earlier. 45, damn. Rafinha got 45 GA in all comps this season. Pretty good season he's having. I'd still give the Ballon d'Or to Salah. But people might say I'm slightly biased. I don't know what would make me slightly biased, but apparently I would be. Salah got 45 GA in the Premier League alone. Still crazy to see that, and people still want to have a go at the guy every 5 seconds. Yesterday we witnessed a disaster class from Mbappe. Yesterday we witnessed a disaster class from Vinicius. But nobody has a go at these guys. Man, 55 GA in all comps. It's crazy, man. And even Salah's like, what, 32? Ooh, ball to Hakimi. Hakimi scores, but I think he's offside. Yeah, next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the timer in, which I think Snus suggested. Probably add the timer over here. And then I'll need to put something in this corner. But yeah, I'm on 70 minutes. Hakimi got into a crossing position, but he shot it low and managed to get it through Martinez's legs, but is offside. There are levels to it indeed, and I think nobody is on Salah's level at the moment. Even Mbappe, even Vinicius, even whoever. Do I think he'll get the Ballon d'Or? Probably not. People have an agenda against him, and I don't think we went quite far enough in the Champions League, and it seems to be a Champions League kind of popularity contest type of thing. But if he does get it, I'd be happy for him. 7 GA in UCL, 45 in the Premier League, 3 in Carabao. So yeah, that's the 55 right there. 7 plus 45 plus 3, wild. Yeah, I suggested that last time. Yeah, about the clock, the timer. Yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to add. I don't know whether to add in the top right corner or the bottom right. I think it'll go in the top right. Will look nice with the score there. Salah won't get the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I don't think so as well. If we had gone further in the Champions League, then maybe. Should be right under. Oh right, okay. Right under the scoreline. That could be a good place to put it. I'm just gonna do a test and see what it looks like. Well, I was trying to test it out, and now it's gotten rid of the. Oh, I know what the problem is. What am I doing? I'll fucking delete. I'm trying to add a timer. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, I know the problem. There we go. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, I'll see what it looks like first. Or maybe make it like Hussam got above your head. Could do. I'd have to move the camera up because otherwise it's gonna cover my face. But yeah, I'll look into it. This is just plain text. Yeah, I'll look into it and see what makes sense. Kvaratskhelia shot. Ooh, goes wide. Goes wide. I mean, just the setup for PSG Villa and timer. Watch his overlay. I could Google it. I could Google what other people are doing. All right. So the score and the clock is above, and then there's lineup on the left, lineup on the right. Could be a way of doing it. Different way. Lamine Yamal goal with Rafinha assist. So Rafinha's got 4 GA this game, I think, or at the very least 3 GA. 4-0. You don't need the lineup, but the timer. Yeah, I think the timer is the key one. 3 GA, 2 assists, 1 goal. Not bad. There's worse games. There's worse performances that I've seen. Kvaratskhelia, Hakimi. Ball rolls right to Martinez. Come on, Villa. You're behind, Villa. Make a bit more of an effort. Villa try, but PSG just get the ball straight back. Villa still just defending very deep, man. Disaster class lets the ball go past him, but defended by the centre backs. Did you watch the LFC inside training today? Nope, not yet. I had a super busy day. To the point where I had to have like a coffee just before this. it was a tea actually, because I was exhausted. I won't spoil anything then. Is there something spoiler-worthy there? Well, I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued. It was a fun one today. I saw a clip of Diaz and Harvey Elliott dancing salsa. I don't know if that was from training. Good goals from the team. Fun moments. Okay, I'll need to check that out then. The inside training's pretty good, and the the one in the stadium where the players come in at half time and that sort. I forgot what it's called. Inside Anfield or something. I think that one's good as well. Rashford's coming off after that fraudulent performance. And Ollie Watkins is coming on. I need to start giving my money monthly to LFC again on YouTube. I need the weekly inside training. Is that paid? I thought that was free. I think maybe sometimes it gets posted for free, but I swear I've seen that and I've never paid for it. Oh, it's free sometimes. Oh, okay, fair enough. Because I was thinking, I swear I've seen that quite a few times. Yeah, I have an LFC membership, but I don't think I really get many perks for that. It's how I got the tickets to the Legends game. Officially, you can use it to get tickets to Premier League games, but those tickets just sell out. Ah, okay. It's like once in 2 months. I'll still be able to find it. I heard Liverpool want Diaz swap deal for Ronald Araujo. Wow. He's good, good defender. Uruguay, I think. Uruguayan, but we could do a lot worse. He's pretty good defender. I would take him. I just don't think Barcelona would do it. Yeah, he's one of their top players, I think. So I'd be surprised. Uruguay, yeah. Ooh, Villa making more of an effort now. I think that's Onana to Asensio. Ooh, nice shot, Asensio, but just a bit wide. Just a bit wide, Marco. Unlucky, Marco. Marco is now taking a corner. Crossed in. Cleared by PSG. Cleared again by PSG. Martinez is basically on the halfway line. So from defending the entire game, they're now paying an extremely high line. Unless they have PSR problems, I would take him in a heartbeat. Yeah, good player, good player, and a real statement signing. So yeah, I'd be super happy if that was to happen. It is a position we need to strengthen as well. So there would be no complaints from me. PSG attacking again. Yeah, intercepted by disaster class. PSG just win the ball straight back. This is like too easy for them. I did predict 2-0 at the start, so 2-1 is not too far out the realms of possibility. Kanate wants 200k a week as well in the new contract. I don't know how I feel about giving him 200k. They could give him 140, 150. Yeah, I'm hoping that settles on a compromise. I think he's on 80 grand now. So 80 to 200, that's a 250% increase. That's too much. 200 is too much. But I appreciate their agents, and agents will ask for more as part of the negotiation process to kind of bring the price down. If they were to settle around the 140, 150 range, I think that'd be good for him. It would be good for the club, and he'd be doubling his wages because he's on 80. So 80 to about 150. Even if it went a bit above that, like 160, 160, 165, I'd be like, hey, fair enough. But yeah, I think getting into the 200 is a bit too much. But like, ideally 150, but if you can get to like 160, 165, let's do it. Goku asks, how much would it cost to sign Due? I think probably a significant amount. So Due just went to PSG this season in August from Rennes, and for like 45 million euros. So they paid, say, 40 million pounds. So if we were, they paid 40 million pounds, and I don't think they're necessarily looking to sell. So if we were adamant on buying him, probably double that, 80, and it's like that's not going to happen, unfortunately. And Snus says, I don't want to see PSG sell any forward. Yeah, they got a good thing going at the moment. I don't think they would. They've done well. Like, they've sold their superstars. So Messi's gone, Mbappe's gone. I say sold, he went on a free. But Mbappe's gone, Messi's gone, Neymar's gone. Dembele has stepped up since. And Kvaratskhelia is looking good. And Doué is looking good. So probably won't happen. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I don't see PSG wanting to sell any forward. Yeah, kind of makes sense in terms of them having a good thing going. So they're not gonna break these three up, I don't think. Ollie Watkins is on now though. Let's see if he can do anything. I don't think he will. Good old Oliver. People should just call him Oliver. Throw into Villa though. Are Villa going to do anything? No. But are we going to watch it? Yes. Luca Dean of Everton fame is taking this throw in. He's wiping the ball down, so he's going to do a big throw. And he does a nice throw. Headed on by Onana, but not good enough. Goal kick. PSG attacking again. Villa defending deep again. I mean, these lot are cool and all, but can't wait till Liverpool play again. On Sunday, I think. Oh, they got a chance. PSG. Saved. Vitinha on the follow-up. Yeah, it always devolves into like a poor Champions League when Liverpool are not in it. People keep saying Liverpool only won the Premier League because it's a poor Premier League. Then we can say the same about the Champions League, right? Yeah, I think it's Liverpool West Ham next. Liverpool at home on Sunday, so hoping for a good result there, and I think we will get a good result there. Yeah. Dortmund scored an offside goal. Unfortunate for Dortmund. It doesn't seem to be their night, unfortunately. Yeah. I would say let's see what happens in the second leg, but yeah, I think they're going out. Arsenal only beat a poor Real Madrid team. Let's be real here. Yeah. Real Madrid were clearly not at their best. Ancelotti washed. Chewing gum has run out and his powers have expired. Yeah, I'm sure Trent will love that. Real Madrid, I think, haven't kept a clean sheet in so many different kind of games. And who are they getting to keep a clean sheet next season? Trent Alexander-Arnold. Chewing gum eyebrows don't matter anymore. They lost 2-1 to Milan at home. Yeah, I don't think he'll be there next season. I know there was a lot of rumours about Alonso going there, but I haven't heard anything about that recently. Watkins turns and Watkins hits it over. Nice try, Oliver. Sorry, not Oliver. That was Morgan. Rodgers hasn't had the best game. Some people are very insistent on Liverpool buying him. He's okay, Morgan Rodgers, but it wouldn't be my first choice. Ah, yes, I remember this from a few days ago. There has been rumours of them wanting Jurgen Klopp too. Well, that wouldn't go down too well if that was to happen. Maybe that's why Trent wants to go. Maybe he knows something. Yeah, I'm like, Jurgen, if you get tired of Liverpool, you're going to get extra tired of Real Madrid fans. Puke indeed. Puke indeed. Ooh, nice through ball. Nice through ball. Oh, I think that's a goal. That is a goal by Nuno Mendes. 3-1. And I'm going to update the score. Got the... Once I've done it a few times, then I remember. But when I'm new, when it's like, you know, the first stream, then I forget. But once I've been reminded a few times, then I'm good. Yeah, Nuno Mendes fakes the shot with his left, scores with the right. Leaves Konza for dead. They need to score a few hundred goals for you to remember, yeah. I think it's more I need to be reminded a few times. I need you to remind me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not going to score. Once or twice, then it sticks. But then the next day, so Sunday when Liverpool score, I'm not going to remember. But if we score 4 goals, I'll remember by the third. Ramos is coming on. Goncalo Ramos is coming on for Kvaratskhelia. I think 3-1 is a fair result. It's a fair result, all things considered. PSG have been the team on top, so they deserve the 3 goals. Villa, even though they haven't really done much, I feel like their structure has been quite impressive. So yeah, 3-1's a fair result. Sinus says, I will remind you. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. If you didn't remind me, a lot of scores would be 0-0. Would be 0-0 to the final whistle. You watching any games on Saturday? That's a good point. I don't think so. Just double check. Yeah, LFC game is on Sunday. Yeah, I think I'll probably go out on Saturday, and then get back for the Sunday. Yeah, Sunday 2:00. Again, the same thing is happening that happened last Sunday. So Saturday the fixtures are rubbish, and then Sunday we got Liverpool, West Ham, and then Newcastle, Man United. So am I going to have to do Liverpool, West Ham and then go outside for a walk and then do the next... it's just they're doing this deliberately for us. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go out on Saturday. Sunday I'll do Liverpool, West Ham, and then maybe Newcastle, Man United. But yeah, I think that's the plan. Cool. 3-1 to PSG. Nice result for PSG. I think they'll probably go through. I don't see Villa coming back, even though Villa at Villa Park for the next game. But yeah, we'll see what happens next week. See you Sunday then. Yeah, I'll be back on Sunday for the Liverpool game. Possibly the Newcastle game if I have the energy. But definitely the Liverpool game. But yeah, see you guys Sunday.